Howdy all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2. In the previous episode, we constructed a very big and very profitable bus and trucking operation in the Midwestern United States in the Roaring Twenties. And in this episode, we're going to continue on into the Depressing 30s, in Switzerland of all places. As you may notice, the continue section has a save game. That was from a failed recording that I did. I didn't believe that recording was up to quality, so I decided to basically just redo it, which is the video you're seeing right here. So, let's head to the campaign and see what the Swiss wants us to do to help them get out of this very unique financial disaster, so to speak.
The new century has all kinds of exciting discoveries. Mallorca, a peaceful island in the middle, a small country in the heart of Europe, surrounded by nations increasingly at odds with each other. The 1930s have dawned, and the whole world groans under the weight of a severe financial crisis. Switzerland, too. The word is, be thrifty and use available resources wisely. And don't ever antagonize anyone. That will be bad for business, which is bad enough anyway.
So, as you can basically hear from the description, we're heading to Switzerland. As you may have guessed, if you learn your history, we're in the midst of the Great Depression. And we basically need to get up there to help the Swiss out. As you may notice, the bonus tasks have already been unlocked, and there's also the continue button right here. But we're just going to restart the game and see what we can do to get the Swiss out of this particular financial problem, as well to see what unfolds in this world of tension.
The global economy is down for the count. The political climate has dark clouds on the horizon. In Switzerland, too, events are being viewed with a worried eye. Of all people, you have been promoted in this precarious situation. Only recently it's now you who guides the fate of the Swiss federal railways. Make your contributions so that the country survives these difficult times unharmed. There were times when the future looked rosier. That goes for the Swiss Federal Railways as well. The business losses are too heavy, even for a state-run railroad. You have the equally difficult and thankless task to reduce as many expenses as possible while still maintaining basic service. That's the story. Good luck with it. It's painful, but there's no other way. You're forced to reduce maintenance and abandon services that don't make a profit.
Which, before we do that, welcome to Switzerland. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of industries, several grain farms, two food production facilities, an iron ore mine, and a coal mine, and a machine factory. There's also two particular well-known destinations, the tunnel construction site and the north construction site. What will those do? We do not know. But As you can see, we basically need to reduce our monthly services down to 20,000 credits. And all three of these vehicles can go because we need the money. Plus, it's time to reorganize all of these routes because, believe me, these are a little too complicated. We'll start off in this particular area, Italy. So, this will basically be known as the Italy passenger, as there's only 3 towns in Italy, and basically one passenger train will serve all 3 of them. Then we need to get freight on the move. We'll get one freight train from this farm all the way to Como, where grain is needed. So we'll call this Italy Freight A1, and then get another one at this farm and deliver it to this food production plant. Oops, wrong color. And we'll call this Italy Freight A2. Both will load up at 10-minute intervals at the station at their first stop to pick up grain. Then we need to start with a freight operation between the food processing plant and the 2 local towns. This will be known as Italy Freight B. And at the food production facility, there will be a 10-minute wait for the food to be loaded. Now that the traffic in Italy is done, let's focus on the operations out here. For one, there will be an express passenger service out of Zurich and heading straight through the Gotthard Tunnel into Italy. This will be known as the Swiss to Italy Express. Speaking of which, there we go. Now we also got to get started on some local trains too. And to make it a lot easier, we'll call the colors for the routes will be different. Will be in a darker shade, and we'll call Swiss Passenger A. Swiss Passenger B. Swiss Passenger C. And Swiss Passenger D. And of course, we need to have an express in Switzerland as well. So we'll call this Swiss Express. And we also got to get some freight operations going too. We'll fill up with grain here. It will be known as Swiss Freight A1 because it's going to be filled to the brim with grain. And Swiss Freight A2 will go here. Of course, I also got to get that done. And of course, we need a special freight train that will go between Switzerland and Italy. Full load Eddie, full load any, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. This will be known as the Swiss Italy Mineral. So it will pick up coal from here and take it over into Italy. And then iron ore will be brought back. Though the station here is not big enough to connect to all the industries that require it, so we'll basically place down a truck depot. Well, a truck stop here. And then place a freight station right nearby so the trucks can be loaded with, you can guess it, iron ore. But we also got to worry about passengers, too, of getting to and from the station to their respective destinations in town. So, we'll place a couple of bus stops here in the towns nearby. Let's see. One bus stop here, one bus stop there. Then we also have to do one in Italy as well. And of course, we got to build a trolley service in both Como and Zurich. Now, before we do that, I want to introduce something that's brand new. Since we now have paved city roads, now we can basically add this bus lanes, which, when added, adds a little bit of a unique red strip on the road, meaning that only your vehicles can travel on these roads, your buses and trucks, as well as your trolleys. Which means that if there's a 4-lane road in the city, for example, if you put a bus lane here, the buses and trucks will only use this particular lane, as well as the trolleys, and no road vehicles like private automobiles are allowed to use it. So this basically keeps those types of cars from blocking the route of your, well, road vehicles and trolleys, which I find very perfect, especially if buses and trucks have to get through a city to reach their destination. Other than that, though, let's place down the trolley tracks so we can get some trolleys running in Como as well as in Zurich. We'll put a pair near the station, a pair in the industrial district, another pair in the commercial district, and another pair right here in the residential district. Then we need to place down the depots needed for these operations. We'll place one right there, and place a road depot there, a trolley depot up here, and another road depot here. Now, before we set up and purchasing new vehicles, we also need to talk about something that I didn't mention in the previous episode: electric locomotives. Now, as you can see, we have both steam and electric, but as you can see on the emissions, the steam engines produce 77, which is really bad. But for electrics is in the 60s, 64 for the Crocodile and 62 for the AE47. They're basically quieter and they have a lot more power than the steam locomotives. But however, they require an electric catenary system in order to operate. And according to the routes, we need to get some electrification done. So let's see. We'll need to electrify the main line through Italy first. And then electrify the track leading to the food processing plant, and then the track into Como. As well as electrifying the line to the nearby grain farm. And on the other side, the electrification needs to continue on into that town. If you know what I mean, the one with the coal mine and such. We'll pass through the industrial area, where the machine factory and food processing plants are located. And then finish the extension right here. We also have to get the electrified track for the express. The Swiss Express, that is. And that's for the lines that are not going to be powered by electric traction. They'll have their catenary removed. Alright, and then electrify this section for trains leaving the Switzerland side. Let's remove the electrification in this area. And that should basically do it for the track. Now then, let's purchase some vehicles. Oh, I actually forgot to place down the new routes for my other operations. But call this. Wait, where did it? Oh, there it is. We'll call this one Trolley A Service A1 and A2. And then put in Trolley Service B1 and B2. And now, the bus routes. Bus route A, and turn that from light blue to yellow. Bus route B, oh, darn it, I sometimes hit that B button and I forget to realize that's the bulldoze button. Bus route C, might as well add a bus service here as well. Then bus route D, and finally bus route E. Oh wait, that's the truck stop, not a bus stop. Bus route E1 and bus route E2. Oh wait, why did I put that at full load? Three minutes. Much better. And of course, add the depots to wherever they're needed. And that should basically do it for the stops and the vehicles. Now, well, for the routes, now I need to purchase vehicles. Since there's only going to be one engine operating in this region, we'll just purchase one of those one of these new 262 tanks and assign them to the Italy passenger train. Then I'll need to purchase one of these crocodile electrics and several gondolas to pick up grain and deliver them to their respective destinations. And finally, another one to pick up food and take them to their respective destinations. Let's see. A2, A1, and Freight B. Alright, now let's get some of the express trains started. Let's purchase an A35 and several of these Thunderbox coaches. Get rid of that and acquire an AE47. Put this on the Swiss to Italy Express and put this one on the Swiss Express. And purchase 4 of these locomotives. for the local commuter trains around in the area. Swiss freight train, passenger train A, then B, then C, then D. We'll also need one particular electric train to deliver iron ore and coal between the two countries. Let's see, 13.5. Let's basically make a loan about 15 million and put it onto that special Swiss to Italy mineral train. And also purchase one of these engines for Italy, well, for Swiss Freight A1. Now I have to basically ration my vehicles carefully for this next operation. Well, technically, well, you know what? I'm just gonna basically go with it. I also forgot to mention that I need a truck service as well. Full load of iron ore. Oh, wait. Yes, full load of iron ore and drop it off on High Street. Ugh. I guess I'll have to maximize my entire loan to get all the vehicles I need. Hopefully, they'll all be worth it. Okay. Now I just need to purchase about 4 of these buses, assign them to these bus routes. Buses for Route D, bus Route C, oh, I actually forgot this one. Bus Route F, plus Route A, and then bus Route B. Let's see. And now for the trolley systems. Trolley service A, trolley service A2, B1, B2. Let's see, which one is causing that little error? Ah, there we go. Queensway, Platform 1, Queensway, Platform 2. That should basically fix that problem. Let me see. What else? Well, there's no grain needed here right now, but let me see. I think that basically will do it. Might as well repay back my loan and get these vehicles out on the get my vehicle operational services started. First is the Italy passenger train, and out of the engine shops on this side is the Swiss to Italy Express. Now, my company is going to be heavily in debt right now. But, however, with the trolleys and the buses delivering people to the stations for the passenger network, I should be able to make a steady, modest profit. Hopefully. Because there's already people wanting to ride my trains already, which is great. Plus, there's trucks waiting for the iron ore trains to arrive. But yeah, my losses are gonna be so big, and I don't know how long it will take until I finally able to well make those losses not possible. And sorry for that high pitched whistle. That's how a Swiss electric whistle sounds like. But I have a feeling that these deliveries, so to speak, of coal and iron ore between Italy and Switzerland will basically make a very modest profit. Plus, there's a lot of people wanting to ride the Swiss Express train, possibly due to its many stops. And same for the Swiss Express as well. Well, not just the Swiss Express, but the Swiss to Italy Express. As it already has exited the Gotthard Tunnel, it is now on Swiss track. And even the coal and iron ore mines have started production. Hopefully, these long distance trains will basically make a bit of a profit for us. So I have all the vehicles I need for this operation. Though our finances have hit a very significant punch, and so has our company value. Though we do have more than 10 trains, have a very fast vehicle, and two for very long vehicles. Mm, well, our passenger trains are very much booked. And plus, with more people riding the express trains, there are plenty of those. I'm pretty sure my express trains will basically bring out a lot of money. Though, due to only one platform available at a time, this is going to be a bit of an issue. Which, oh yeah, Swiss Train B travels between Zurich and St. Gallen. But I might basically get rid of this for something else eventually, when a particular mission comes along. Let's see, 61 passengers, how much will this make? About 721,000 credits. That's pretty good. And I hear the sounds of industries going up because it seems like some of my connections have basically begun to level up. Let's see. Because now our coal train is being loaded up, which is great. But I think we'll just call it an episode here for now. So, if you enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!